So, Sebastian, about I actually modified the code for
Ooh.
the Markdown Sharp
Mm-hmm.
rendering engine, and it's rendering out some extra tags now for that we could use for syntax highlighting. But I'm looking into the rendering engine has always seemed a little flaky at times. I noticed it last year a little bit too, and I'm trying to get that down because you can kind of see it in that test file I created. It's breaking, it's embedding a code block inside of a code block,
Okay.
and I'm not sure why yet. So
We'll see. I can look at it tonight. It's funny because I sent it to Nick and also Sipke, I think. Oh, Stanley. I will look at it tonight. Are you comfy, Nick?
you're muted.
Okay. Oh, Zoltan is not here. What? Sharing.
Localization thing.
Yeah, I was just saying that I will look at it tonight, and I realized I'd said that to Adrian, you, and Stanley today.
Well, there's a few other scenarios that you need to consider when doing it, because don't forget that you might create, let's say you create 2 content items, you might want to link one to another as a parent-child later on, because you can do that, or at least you could do that. So just just bear that in mind.
Pull requests. Okay. This one is new. This one is new. This one is new.
I can't see the screen.
This one and this one should be good to go already. Okay. ContentPicker plugin for TinyMCE. We've talked about it. This is an update of just body previews, blah blah blah, which was closed to add Markdown support. Sphere focuses on a work item, bringing this feature in 1.x. Add local content link. Okay. Future version. Using the content picker. Okay. Okay. We closed, cancelled, working in Markdown support. Okay, cancelled it, so we can forget about it. Content item links. Okay, TinyMCE. Add local content item. Okay, this is this one. And changes. So it's in content picker. Okay, because it will use content picker, and that makes sense. I like it. The formatting is bad. That's easy to fix. Plugins in TinyMCE. If content picker enabled, this is using the same technique we used for the media library. Content picker plugin.
No, this isn't right.
What isn't right?
Look at how it's done the media plugins. You got media plugins.substring. It should be all part of the same array.
Oh, link plugins and media plugins.
Yeah, it needs to be part of the same array. There's no point having it separate.
Okay. Can I trust you, or should I check?
No, you can trust me.
Okay, I will check.
Oh.
And you think it's better, or it just won't work? Or this is how to do that?
What do you mean?
Using the same array is just cosmetic?
It's just better. It's just neater. There's no point having
Okay.
two arrays. Just add to the same array and rename it. Additional plugins or something like that. Or dynamic plugins or whatever.
Content, so media picker enabled, media library enabled, content picker enabled, feature content picker true false, the body, insert media. Yeah, there is plugins. Oh, you see, yes, media plugins plus link plugins. Okay. So I see what you mean. Instead of create, yeah. Well, I understand why you made that, because the first one was called media plugins. So you say, okay, I will create link plugins, and you say no, fusion the two arrays and make it additional plugins. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, that should be good. Okay, I get it. Wow. Comments. Okay. Then and that's it.
Yep. That was all. That was the only things I thought.
If you open to nothing, thank you. Comment. Add local. Orchard. Where I create. So translation fix correct path building in Href. It's high on 18x. Href it's when in tenant. Interesting, because I changed Href to be tenant aware.
Look at where he's changed though. Oh, so if there's no tenant, so that's saying if there's no tenant prefix, then take the first two. But if there is a tenant prefix, then take the first one. I think he solved the multi-tenant issue, but if you go back to a non-tenant, a non-multi-tenant.
Yeah, that's what I will check that. Once I know how to repro the issue, I will also ensure that it works with tenant with prefix and without tenant.
Yeah, I think it's the without one he's breaking.
Yeah.
I don't know why my name's on it, but
Maybe because we commented on his pull request. Yes, you see.
fair enough. I couldn't work out why he left a whole section of commented code in.
Examples to show how it works
Oh.
and what you can do with that.
That doesn't seem right, that for each loop. If you scroll back up, that for each loop's not right.
Why?
Because it's overriding. Look, it sets the... Oh, no. It's
It's
fine.
custom class. It's initializing.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Just
Sorry,
saying, okay.
I misread it. I thought it was the other way around.
If you implement ISessionConfiguration event with parameters, then it will assign to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought the it was parameters equals C parameters. So.
Okay.
What's this one? Oh, okay. So this is a CSS fix?
Mm. Yeah, I like it. Good to go. Okay, good to go.
What was this one?
So you missed last week's. So this one is refactoring the build scripts to centralize some of the logic between Azure and Click to Build, and also make it better so that it works well. And it's using some black magic command line stuff.
Very nice.
%b. So it's for each loop with that, because before we had the big switch case and if. So we can add a new one if we want. That's very nice, and it makes the code simpler, and we're using more code. That's cool. That's what I wanted to do. I tried to do it, and it made it better. So this one is very nice, and I'm actually using this same technique in some other projects, because these 3 lines of code, the goal is that if you run a command line, a console, which is not from Visual Studio, you won't have the MS build in the path and all the settings for Visual Studio for building. So this is loading the correct set of variables based on your Visual Studio version. And I'm using that in some other command lines for building stuff. That's very nice. First try to load the VS 2013, and then if you don't have it, VS 2011 and so on. That's cool. It's a very nice one. And it's also abstracting which target we want to call, and also these are the default, which target and which project, Orchard or Orchard Azure. So the same script could build with the defaults. That's nice. So if you look then at the click to build, sorry. Yeah, they're much simpler.
But
What?
if you wanted to build Orchard on a machine where Visual Studio is not installed, like on a build machine, because on our build server Visual Studio is installed.
Okay.
But if we didn't want that,
I'm not sure you can do that.
No, it's because the whatever file name, whatever file that stores the build targets, and that file is installed by Visual Studio, despite of the fact that it's related to MS build. That's why we need VS on the build machine, and it's pretty bad. There are a lot of topics about it on Stack Overflow.
Okay. So, yeah. And I tried it and it works. So good to go. Good to go in 1.8x. And then I will merge. Yes, 1.8. So if someone wants to take it, because tonight I want to merge 1.8x to 1.x. I remember I promised Benedek I will do it 2 weeks ago. Cool. And now that advanced view, and you will see we're really, you see May and June. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, wow, yay!
And it should go fast because we have less and less work items, because it's because at some point there are no more issues to file, and they have already all been filed. But Nick merges changes in 1.x, so we should soon have more work items open. So from field longer validated. What is the status? I think I have commented on that. Okay, no. Okay, what is that? Form fields no longer validated if model status that is valid is false. Okay, yeah. Yep. So yeah, it should be refactoring. So active, but later. Future version. Tenant name starting with a number if you enter. I think we already validate that.
Yeah, I think tenant names can only be words.
We changed that recently.
Yeah, but I can't really think any issues with tenant names starting with numbers. So where could this be a problem?
What is annotations? Oh. Controllers, admin controller add, blah blah blah, add post. You see, oh, W means also numbers. Do we agree? I don't remember.
That's white space. White space.
Why? No, there is no white space in W.
I thought \W is white space.
No, it's AZ, lowercase, uppercase, underscore, and maybe regex.
Yeah, and punctuation. But why would it cause an error if your tenant name begins with a number? It shouldn't cause any issues anywhere.
Tenant name. I don't know, file system. No, it should work.
Yeah, in URLs it should work.
So I put it aside while it's building, and we'll come back later. How can I copy paste it? Codeplex is slow. Something's happening. Sometimes sometimes, yeah. Are any of you Robin Hood? No.
Just shaky daffodil.
Like a walkover and game bang. Some thanks, man. What are you talking about?
Oh, it was my gamer tag. It's shaky daffodil 79.
Oh, Godbless is down? No. Ah, it's back. So now this one. Okay, cool. Package create can't find image with. Oof. Huh. Ah. Yeah, let's open it, but I'm sure we can fix it. For your information, we are still using NuGet. I'm not sure we are using V1 of NuGet, maybe something before V1. And we are definitely using some code from NuGet, which has been removed from NuGet in V1. And so maybe it's a NuGet bug, but we won't fix it, I'm telling you. So open, active.
Well, can you make sure you write a comment on there to say it's a NuGet bug?
I don't know. Oh, it's a duplicate. Good. We can. No, that's nothing to do with that, and nothing to do with that. Okay. Easily. Sequence contains no elements in container bar when none blah blah blah. When the providers variable counts 0. What is that? Sequence when there are no providers. Providers of what? List view service.
What is that?
What is that? It must be Sipke's code. List view service. That looks like Sipke's code. I don't know why, but where is that thing? List view service. Oh, you see it's Sipke's code list. Right. You see? Just based on the name, I knew it was Sipke.
Sabrina's list. What is a provider for list view service?
Nobody knows.
Sipka.
So a list view, there's when you create a list, there's two views. There's the view where you see the summary admin shapes, but for the list module, it was a reason where I implemented another type of view. So I invented a. I was inspired by Windows Explorer.
You're muted,
Yeah.
Sipke. Someone muted you.
Not me. maybe someone
Nice.
He's been muted when someone heard, oh, it was inspired by Windows Explorer, and okay, let's mute him.
That's not cool, man.
That's not me, and you saw my screen, okay? I don't know who, but you see my screen.
Someone
So.
did that. I'll find out who, and I'll hunt him
Yeah,
down.
you see mine too, so it wasn't me.
List view service of providers.toList. Okay, let's fix it. And Sipke, I'm thinking, is muted again?
No, I'm muted. I was muted.
So what did you say after Windows Explorer?
Oh, so that's what it's used for. If you create a new list, you will see its items using either the default list view, where every item is rendered using the summary admin display type, or using a custom display type for that. And the list view provider just adds a button where you can switch between the list views. So it's like a mini system just for that purpose.
Yeah, you know how much I like the mini system just for a purpose.
I know you love it.
Where is that? iList view service.
But is there a problem? I missed that part where there was.
When there are no providers, it fails.
Oh, okay, so that's a bug. If you assign it to me, I'll fix that.
Yeah, I've assigned to you some other bugs you have never fixed, so I'm not sure I trust you.
That's not true. I fixed them last week.
Okay, so issues. Go on. Assign to all. Boom! Take that, baby.
So look at the resolve ones.
Oh, sorry.
Some aren't bugs.
Open, not close. Okay, active. Boom!
So the number one, what the one vote, that's been, I commented on that thing. I'm working on that. Actually, that's fixed using the restore functionality. I still need to add a unit test for that. Just saying.
Creating a new version of a content item removes the original version.
Yeah. That's not good. We can't fix that without creating a new. Well, I'll explain it in the comments. Without creating a new version record.
Yeah. Async resource. Oh, by the way,
it's a new feature that we might want to include, but it's not done.
Vigilance bug. Sequence, okay. Active Skywalker. If we move to another code repository, will you change your username?
Would I change my username?
Yes.
No, because I use it everywhere, and I don't want to remember all.
Oh.
Unless you have a nice suggestion for a different username.
Sipke.
It's kind of a cool name.
Do I?
And same thing for Nick. I will call him Nick Main. And same thing for Piron. I will call him Zoltan.
I like that.
And me?
And for you, Kitty Night, whatever. Okay.
What was that?
Night Wolf, whatever. I don't know. So in comments bar refers an approved comment having a reply. What is that? So in comments bar threaded mode. Okay, when you unapprove a comment that has in the reply. Yes. Good catch. This is one of the features I actually wish I have not done. Because nobody is using it.
Which one? The comments?
The threaded comments.
Yeah.
I should have spent more time on making the discuss module work than that, actually. Life is life. I hate that when the issues doesn't work anymore. So proposed reason close type impact release unassigned all component. Okay. Oh, my tenant thing. Interesting. So Zoltan broke everything. Cool.
It surely wasn't me.
Well, who's playing with scope and whatever? Ah, crap.
Piotr? Where's Piotr?
No, nice thing with Piotr is now before doing stuff he asks. He had another ID yesterday night. He sent me an email. Crazy ID, and I said no. You know, Piotr, you tell him to do something, and he does more than that.
Yeah.
Easy here. No. He wanted to do, because, you know, the background task changes. So he said, oh, at the same time, I can do some scheduled background task with a cron tab, whatever. No. Just do this background task like we said. And by the way, the scheduled task is already implemented as a module, and it should be in the workflow, not in the background task. So he agreed. I will rebuild everything. Okay. Renaming an Azure Media folder erases all media.
I guess this is in media library, and that wouldn't be a surprise if you rename a folder outside media library.
I agree. Oh, it changed the case. Is storage case sensitive? I don't know.
Well, even after renaming it back, they're still gone, he says.
Oh, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you, Sipke, for reading. Note that all assets are gone, or at least they don't show up in the folder anymore. Rename the folder back. Okay, let's see what's happening.
Is it the case that the media items, media part, are associated with their directories by path name, and then those path names aren't updated? Maybe.
No, that's fine, because then when we change back the folder, it should find it. I don't know. Well, let's see what's happening. A simple debug will tell us what the issue is and how to fix it. Our chat content picker pop-up doesn't load correctly scripts and style dependencies from content parts. Create a new module, custom content part. Ah, I see. So if your content part display uses the resource manager, it doesn't show up. Whoa.
Seems like a rack space error based on the last comment.
I've heard a number of complaints about Orchard 1.8 from a web platform installer. I tried it myself, and it's true. Out of the box, it doesn't seem to work. I don't know if it's the same issue as here, but maybe it's unrelated to Rackspace.
What?
Did you ever try downloading and installing Orchard 1.8 from web platform installer? When you launch the website, it throws a yellow screen.
No, I'll skip. Let me check the 865709. That's the correct version. 181, I accept. And in the meantime, we'll build the multi-tenancy thing. Oh, your Surface?
No, I have my Surface. They cancelled my order for something else.
If you have your Surface, that's fine.
I'm on my Surface at the moment. It's nice.
Okay, this one, okay. Okay, play. Okay, this one also is playing. This one is playing. I'm running two of them. Whoa! I'm running the text in IE and 181 in Chrome at the same time. Can you hear me well? Because it's like my computer is starting to freeze.
You sound fine.
Okay. Boom, so one text work. Okay, now we can use multi-tenancy. And this one is setting up. What I'm doing, okay? In IE, I'm trying to repro the bug with multi-tenancy and validation. Modules. In Chrome, I'm trying to see if we have a yellow screen of the death, which in ASP.NET VNext is a blue screen of the death. Okay. Tenants. So is it the name or the prefix? The name?
Here's the name.
Save. So I can create it. I can go to it. I assume we don't need to go further because it works.
Did you put a number in the front?
Yes. 1 ABC.
Try one space something. Does spaces work?
No, the space won't work because there is a regular expression which validates that. What are you saying, Nick? We saw the code.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to see.
Boo!
Okay, cool.
Boo.
I'm happy.
Okay, so this one works and this one works too, so no issues. Sipke.
Maybe you got lucky.
Maybe I'm a professional developer and you're not.
That must be it.
Okay.
Well, I'll see if I can see it again sometime.
Yeah, please. Closed. Country Pro. Oh, I need to talk about something, Sipke, I forgot this morning. Let's share it. So yesterday night, I asked Sipke to validate the dynamic layout by using a Bootstrap theme, by configuring the theme to create the dynamic layout using the Bootstrap classes, which is very easy for Sipke, and he did that very easily, and to be able in a layout page to create a grid with columns and everything and rows, and then a hero or jumbotron, which will take the full space, and then another grid. And he made that and it worked. And what I saw is that you mapped all your columns to call dash xd dash something.
Yeah, call MD dash number of columns.
I think we need to be able to define the layout, multiple classes like that. So based on the media, how do you call it? The media size for different, the different sizes for the phones and everything.
Right.
So and yeah, we need to talk about it.
Yeah. I think Href mentioned something about breakpoints.
Yes, this is that breakpoints. We need to be able to define how it looks like with specific breakpoints. And
Right.
Sitefinity, I assume you had the same pointer as me because we are in contact with the same customer. As an interesting solution for that, which is to automatically map some kind of layouts to transform a layout to another based on the breakpoints. So we need to talk about it. But I think it's important.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I need to get a better understanding of that specifically, and then we can.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Renaming an Azure Media folder is all media. We already it's the other window. Sorry. So this, I don't know what to do. So is there a repro, but just with Rackspace?
But he's not able to show a concrete exception because just the 500 isn't helpful.
Okay. I think nope. I think you can only manage users if you are a site admin, a site owner.
No, you can manage users because you've got to manage users. I think you've got to manage users a permission now. Yeah.
Why now?
I don't know, but you have. You've got to manage users permission.
Can I change the roles with that?
I think you have a manage roles permission as well.
Okay.
But check that. I can't remember.
Assign roles and manage roles.
There you go. Yeah. I don't know who added those, but yeah. What are you looking for, Sebastian?
I'm trying to understand the issue. But there is no notion of lower level role and higher level role.
He's talking about hierarchical roles, so inheritance within roles. I think that's what he's talking about. That's what
I think he just means. I think he just means that to have multiple roles, so you have finer grade permission control, or who can do what with users. Because now you have manage users permission, but if somebody has the manage users permission, he can do everything. But probably he just wants to enable certain users to, I don't know, list users. But
we can do that. There are two permissions today. There is a manage users. Oh, you just list users?
So he wants more fine-grained control. He wants a permission to delete users, a permission to edit users. I think that's what he meant as Sultan.
Okay, so there is just edit users and list users. We don't need the delete, update, and whatever.
Actually, I don't think we need those as well, because now we have the, how is it called, the permissible metadata?
Securable.
Securable, yeah. I think it started out with permissible. The securable, and since users are content items, you can use that to an extent.
No, you don't want to do that. Yes, you can. You want to do that, and well, but we don't check those values for users. We check the manage users. It has its custom controller, so it doesn't use the content item permissions. So manage users. Okay, so we need two one more permission. So manage users is manage users, and we might need also list users, so we can just see users. Okay. And I don't know what else we could do. And Zoltan can't say securable because workflows are not content items.
What a shame.
Currently, workflows. Why didn't you get this argument when we talk about content items workflows? Okay? Missed that.
I totally gave that.
You gave the fact that you could add parts and use the content editor, but
no, and permissions as well.
No, you didn't say that.
I think he did.
No. Sipke, look at you. Whenever what you say, I just prove it wrong. So currently, workflows have no manageable permissions. I think this is very important. I like when people say, "I think this is very important." It should be in Orchard core. Workflow is a very useful feature, and we should be able to manage this permission. So what do we have today? What permissions do we have for workflows?
Yeah, he's right. Only the site owner.
Oh, we don't have permissions. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, because why? Because there are some activities inside workflows, like assign role. So if you have a permission just to edit a workflow, you could run a workflow, which will give you the site permissions. So there is elevated privilege issues here. So yes, we could do it, but it will assume that you know what you're doing. And if you have the role assignment activity, then, or maybe the role assignment activity no, we don't want to do that. Yeah, you see what I mean?
But couldn't we check permissions from the providers? No,
if you check the permission from the assignment permission, from the assignment work item activity, under which context it's a background task, it's a request, and no.
Yeah. Well, I think.
I see. What we could do is actually check, but it will be a big change when you add a role activity, or we just we ensure that you have the set of permissions for the role activity, not on runtime but at design time. So this we could do. require site owner, you know. So some of them will require site owner.
So, you require a permission rather than say, okay.
I mean, so we could have activities could have a property called require site owner permission, so that you can only drag and drop them into workflow if you have the site owner permission, because it can lead to elevation of privileges if you drag and drop it. So a standard user should not be able to drag and drop it. Okay, I will run it this way.
The interface for activities is really getting cluttered, I think, because there are a lot of properties added. Shouldn't we refactor that? Because this would be a breaking change anyway. Shouldn't we refactor that to use a model where where the providers add themselves?
Different discussion, but I'm just mentioning the solution is to. I'm not sure. I'm not saying we will do that right now. This thing. But yeah, open a work item, and I will write a note that we should not change it unless we also think about refactoring the activities at the same time, because this will be a breaking change. Well, this will be a breaking change. It could be a default value on the base class and overridable.
Okay, I will open a new work item about that. I would like to discuss a new issue if we are finished with normal triage.
Go.
Here is it. So it's about automatically importing and exporting info set data. What I actually thought it was already the case, but it isn't. So I only saw that as long as I've taken care of checking it. And I've actually opened an issue that's also linked there. That's, as far as I know, also active. That we should remove all the import-export logic because it's already imported and exported. But this is not the case. I'm thinking about doing such automatic import-export by default, but still everything import-export related in the APIs would work. If you need something more complex, or if you are using recourse directly, you could still implement your own importing-exporting logic.
Yeah, right now I think we should be explicit and use the import-export drivers because of the ID resolution and whatever we don't know. It will be easy to import-export the info set, but I'm afraid there could be some issues with, as you said, the content item IDs, and fixing that will be more painful. So because we are not meeting.
Yeah, I think we could start with importing with, for example, in the case of an export, we could start with exporting the info set. Then that would be the base XML that is being built. Every subsequent call to the export methods on the drivers would just be able to override that.
Yeah. So what are you missing?
No, you would end up with duplicate information.
Yeah, who wins?
If a part implements its own logic to import and export, how do you even know that it's duplicated information from the info set? You can't know.
That would be only the case if you are not using the same names as it is by default, but everywhere we use it.
Why implement your own logic if you're going to use the same name? Why would you have to use the same name? That's an arbitrary
what are you
that
missing?
you're adding now in the middle of the game. You can do that.
What are you missing today that you will have in the info set? Automatic export? That's it.
Yeah, and automatic import. You wouldn't have to write all the
but today we
export for the basic.
But don't you already have a default implementation of import-export that uses the info set?
No, that's the case.
So
that's the issue.
Are we talking about having the default implementation use the info set?
There's one for settings parts.
So no, you're talking about So you're talking about something different. You're talking about implementing import-export for the full info set.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But having a default implementation that uses
using the
part of the default info set that corresponds to this part, that's fine, because when you override, it actually suppresses the default implementation.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So there would be a default, but you could still override it.
Okay, you can. Okay, this way I agree. So the default, I'm being explicit here. Default import export of a driver should use.
What is the default implementation doing today?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't have import export logic in your driver, then there is nothing imported or exported for you.
And you can still override it to not call the base and then prevent the default import, the default export if you want nothing to be done. Okay, makes sense.
This also means that the current logic that's being used to automatically import-export site settings will leverage this functionality.
Maybe I will put a note. Yes.
What is the logic currently doing?
There is an import-export recipe step which will look at every site settings and serialize the properties of the part or of the parts by reflection.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So we have to see it's not conflicting, or maybe you have to check something. So and also. Stanley worked on that recently to add more types handled in the site settings. So check if it's not breaking the current automatic site settings. Okay. Something else, Zoltan? Piedon, sorry.
No, that's what it is. Thanks.
Okay, good. Good. Where are we? Where are we? This one? No, I'm lost. Issues. June 21st. Okay, looks good. I'm not sure we go faster than, we tackle more than 1 week of work in 1 week, every week. Good. Okay, that's it. Thanks everyone. Feel free to pull any pull request, which is good to go. See you next week.
Guys.
Bye,
See you next week.
See
Bye.
you later. Bye bye.